Hey, this is Larry here, and I'm here in Chicago for the Pinball Expo. And they say this is the world's biggest pinball show. I think there's another pinball show that happens to be located in Dallas. They would claim that they're the biggest, but I would argue this is technically the biggest because most of the manufacturers are here in Chicago. They'll do tours of their facilities and so on and so forth. So this has to be the biggest for that reason alone. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk around the entire show and we're going to see everything there is to see, and we'll do it all in one take. There's not going to be any editing or anything else. I'm going to walk around, narrate the whole thing. We're going to see everything that's here to see. We're going to look at the prices of some games, check out some cool vendors. And the first thing you run across is this thing right here called No Flip Pinball. And you'll see it's like a lot of pinball machines where there's no flippers, and they got a little bar back there. And look, you even have a girl over there. She's like a flapper. Let's see. She's right over there. And now this is something I didn't see the last time I went to the Pinball Expo, like maybe 2-3 years ago. They got this soldering station here, teaching people how to solder. I think that's kind of neat. But yeah, we're gonna roll through this show. We're gonna check out everything, see all the vendors, see all the home brews. And the first thing we're gonna do, honestly, is see the home brews. We got a Harlem Globetrotter pinball over there. And then here's all of the Chicago gaming that, you know, this is a company that needs to get its act together. They don't produce any new pinballs, apparently. And I guess their next game is going to be more Medieval Madnesses. And let's walk over to the Homebrew section and check all those out. And the first thing we're going to start with, look at that. Look at that mod. And look at this. There's another mod for this game. Now look at that topper. Holy cow. That's insane. They want $899, $799 here at the show. Pretty insane. And there's one right there for the taking. Pick it up, take it with you. But that's a crazy mod right there. The Pinball Scientist. But check this baby out. Did they ever get it working? The world's biggest pinball machine. The mothership. This thing is so big you can sleep in it. And it even has a lower play field. It's kind of insane. I think now I can say I've seen everything. So here's the home brews over here. You have Monsters Inc.
Wait for 2319 targets to start contamination. Hurry up.
And then over here you have a Harry Potter. And I came over here a second ago and it wasn't working. Oh, can I squeeze in here for 1 second? And then look at their version of Harry Potter. Very cool. Looks like they're gonna have a DJ here later. And then this company right here, they sell all the parts so people can build their own pinball machines. Ask me how to get started building your own pinball machine. Trident Pinball. There you go. And then over here, you've got all the home brews. And you're not gonna believe this when you see this, but this is a virtual reality pinball. See that? Virtual reality. So you can look at the TV and see what he's seeing. And you got the front end of a pinball machine with flippers. That's crazy. Now I've absolutely seen it all. And you've got the space balls right here. Adventure Time. I have no idea what this is. And Beer Fest. And then over here, You have Sonic the Hedgehog pinball. We'll check this out. Which is rumored to be a Stern title. And then over here you have this Cuphead, which American Pinball was supposedly going to do, and now they're not going to do. And then you have Pokemon right here, Pokemon, which apparently Stern is actually doing. And the rumor is Jack Danger's doing it. And then, you know what you're gonna find here at this Pinball Expo too, is companies that sell like everything that you need to fix a pinball machine, to replace a pinball machine. And one of the things I noticed too is a lot of homebrews are making these kind of games where you battle each other. And this one's called Battle Stations, head-to-head pinball. And then they got this Black Knight right here. Homebrew loot crate. Ball guides, metal, plastic ramps, wire forms, like everything you need to make your own pinball machine. And check out that topper. Look at that. From Marco, you can buy a kit to make your own pinball machine. Isn't that something? Now, I think I've seen it everything when somebody actually had the idea to make a coming to America, like whoever would want that? That is funny that he did it though. And then over here is a game called The Invaders. Another homebrew. And we have a homebrew over here. I saw it a minute ago. Don't love it. Mad Max. Look at it. They got buttons down here, which makes sense. And it's not super exciting, but I give credit where credit's due. You know, you were able to make your own pinball machine. This game is really cool though. The Tony Hawk. Needs better artwork, but the creativity in the shots is really there. And look how he has a flipper like vertical. That's insane. Loop shots, half pipes. Ghost in the Shell. Pretty much is missing a lot of artwork. Enigma. And then there's Elf. I've seen it before. It's actually really good. Look at this. Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie.
It'll be ready in a little bit.
And you almost had a catastrophe a minute ago. I see you almost dropped it. You got cut. And that's really creative. How you made it black and white. Steamboat Willie pinball.
Working steam.
Working steam. All right.
It'll be fun.
And then you've got. It looks like they're getting Elf set up over there. And then look at this. Monster League Hockey. Let's take a look. And you play each other. It's very well done. And it's all in black light. It's very cool. I think that is all of your home brews. Which one was your favorite? Leave a comment below. I would say layout wise it'd be the Tony Hawk. Probably creativity wise it would have to be the Elf or what was it? It was the one right next to Elf. Which one was it? Let me walk back over and see. Because now I'm confusing myself. It was... And like I said, we're in the homebrew section. And as you walk through the homebrew section, you see, you know, like I said, a lot of stuff to make your own pinball machine. Look at that. They have the carpet and everything. Let's say that Monsters Inc. has done pretty well. But I would say overall, the best one is that Tony Hawk. It just needs better artwork. But these are home brews, you know. They're making it with their own money out of their own pocket. All right. Now let's see what all is here. Now that we're going to break out into... Look at this. This is Metamorphic. And this is their latest game called Portal. Now you buy one cabinet, you take off the artwork off the side, and you actually insert a piece like these. So you insert the piece and you change the pinball game. And then here's their newest one, Princess's Bride. I like the topper. Oops, excuse me. Yep, there you go. Now let's just start plowing through this thing. And here's Predator, folks. Yeah, look at that. Is it a mystery? Their screen isn't working. I have the same problem on Alien. Is the screen not working?
They updated the code. This is the second game with updated code, and the screen went out.
Are you kidding me? Beautiful looking game. Beautiful looking game. But I have the same problem on my Alien. Sometimes the screen goes out, especially if it's been on for too long. Do you like the game? So far, so good. Now look at this over here. They actually have Predator over here in the dark. So you can see it a little bit better. Let's take a look. And the screen works over here. Look at the cargo net over the rail. What do you think of the game? You like it? Yeah. It's very beautiful. No doubt about it. It's a very, very pretty game, for sure. And that's Coin Taker. That was Melissa. And let's look at what some of these games are selling for. It's not for sale. This Pinbot is $3,000. I'm not gonna stop on every one. Here's a dialed in. Is it for sale? There's a Metallica 7,500. How much is good old Dark Black Knight? They crossed out the price and put in a lower price.
Really good.
Here is a Batman 66. It's a what? Yeah, look at that. A virtual one. And let's just kind of sort of look. There's an Ultraman. Here's a Rush. And this game is not for sale. And I think this is one of the original Aliens before it was remade by Pinball Brothers. Mandalorian, Rush, Walking Dead. Those are about to be anchor weights when CERN comes out with a new version. I would say sell while you can. Sell while you can. Let's see. What else do we have here? I am literally going to fly through looking at these pinball machines. And I mean literally fly through. There's a Space Jam, an Elvira Party Monster, Freddy Krueger. $4,500 for the South Park. Now we're gonna kind of look at both sides. So basically when you come here to the expo, all of these games are owned by somebody. They bring them in, they set them up, and you can play them. So you pay one price.
The book that came out today, you can buy copy number 15.
You pay one price and then you can play all the games you want. And then you'll have vendors. There's a Frankenstein for $4,000, Independence Day for $3,700. Here's a Wizard of Oz. Let's see, is that for sale? It says it's for sale and there's a phone number so you can give him a call, and so he has no price on it. And you've got some, here's a Dark Knight playfield. Alright, so we're gonna like scurry through. There's the old Cirque Voltaire. Alright. Pin Vision. This is a vendor. And they have Pin Vision on these games right here. Pin sound. Enhance the sound of your games. Alright, we're walking down another aisle now. And
all the way around the building and get it open.
And by the way, these videos that I make, the objective is to give you a better idea of what you would experience if you came here. It's not to go booth by booth by booth and analyze everything. Look at that roller coaster topper. That's pretty crazy. That's actually really crazy. Don't know what the hell that is. And here's somebody selling artwork. Look at that Frankenstein sign. Wow. I like that. Here's an Attack from Mars with a topper made from it's a new company that makes toppers. I'm trying to think of what the heck their name is. They're in St. Louis. I should know that. The guy's name is Robin, who owns the company. I really like their new topper for King Kong. And Indiana Jones Defender. Now this is really cool and interesting over here. He's selling Pokemon cards. But look at these back glasses, these alternate back glasses. Look at the Big Lebowski. That is wow. Look at the alternate back glass for Dracula. Whitewater. Arabian Nights. And I guess these are not back glasses, these are poster art for the walls. Wow, I love the Big Lebowski. How much are those?
So if you want just the translate, it's $120. If you want the translate with the frame, it's $230.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. Look at it. Here's some more over here. And then look, they've got to put around the hinges. They've got artwork for the hinges. And then they've got these too, the magnets to stick on your apron. Very cool. And the company's called The Art of Brian Allen. All right, now this is a company that just sells pinball parts. Here is an Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if those are for sale. Look at the art on Medusa. Is that cool? All right, $4,900 for... Now, for anybody who's in the pinball buying business, everybody knows that the prices have drastically been reduced. And here we've got a whole lineup of Jersey Jacks. So I'm assuming these are all Jersey Jack pinball. I mean, I'm assuming this is their booth. And here's Godfather. And there's the Elton John topper. I have to admit, that topper is cool as hell. It's got a mirror ball, kind of like effect light in it. It's very cool. And then they've got Avatar. They've got Harry Potter. So I'm assuming this is Jersey Jack's booth. I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, there it is, Jersey Jack. And there's a Harry Potter limited edition version, I guess. Artwork looks great because they do all the artwork with Radcal now on the LEs. And let's see, here's a Dune. Dune Pinball from Barrels of Fun. I have to say, I'm not a big fan of that game. And here's the new one, Winchester Mystery House. And it looks like it's having a failure. Yep, it's not working correctly. But let's take a look at it. Looks like they have their own like lighting going up the side of the It's got a Ouija board apron.
The spirit has been reported before. Always watching the stove.
See a little play action on this game. Fun, super fun. What I was saying about Dune is I'm not a fan of that one. I don't like the theme. Don't like it at all. Wow, this looks like a lot of fun. $10,500 for this game. Space Hunt. Wow, that's real smooth. I really like that little upper playfield right there. Project Pinball. And let's see what else is going on here. There's like a tent, and inside the tent we have, look at that topper. I know what it's called, Electronic Playground. That's what it's called. And look, these are the toppers they've made for these games. The King Kong topper is way better than Stern's topper, that's for sure. Look at that, they're showing clips from the Peter Jackson King Kong movie. Very nice. And let's see, what else is around? The Greatest Showman. Look at this. Wow. Love the artwork. And look at that. They're using Hugh Jackman. And look at this. Hellraiser Pinball. Is it not working?
They're waiting for the guy to come and he's got to finish it.
Wow, that is crazy. Look at it. It's got a box that maybe it opens and closes. Hellraiser Pinball.
So this is good enough actually
Look at that.
isn't going to be a huge. I mean, that's not
Hellraiser Pinball. A wide body pinball machine. Okay, we're moving on. Let's see what else we see. A lot of virtual. Oh, here's Barrio's Barbecue Challenge. I don't know what inspired them to do that. I really don't know. Can you imagine sitting around a table and saying to yourself, hey, what theme should we do? Oh, let's do something called Barrio's Barbecue. Like, you can't be serious, right? Somebody actually came up with that idea. And here's Labyrinth. Look at that. He's playing the game. You sell those?
No, it's for Project Build. This is amazing that you can literally be away from the game and be able to play the game.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. First time I've ever used it.
They sell them?
Inclusive Gameworks makes these. And Project Pinball, we're doing a tournament that we're just using these adaptive pinball controllers.
That's
and we're
crazy.
having a whole tournament and all the money goes to charity.
Wow.
So yeah.
I see this.
Definitely let people know.
This is David Bowie's Labyrinth. It's very beautiful. There's no question. Now, would I have ever done David Bowie Labyrinth? I would have never in a million years picked that theme, but they did a great job with it. And here's another topper from Electronic Playground. It's very cool. Twilight Zone. And then here is probably the most sought after game in the pinball industry, Evil Dead. Why? Well, they didn't make that many. That's why. And because I actually think I'll go on the hook and say it's the best theme integrated pinball machine in the history of pinball. There, I said it. It's very well done. And here's Avatar. This is the CE with the topper. And here's Elton John. That would be like technically the Platinum Edition. And there's more pinballs over here. And we've actually already seen most of this over here. So let's move on down the line. Somebody here is selling pinball flyers, all the original flyers for the games. And we have some more Cubert over there. And we have somebody over here selling mods. Those are John Wick mods. I like that. That looks cool. And that's one of the things you're going to find too if you come to these shows. You're going to find a lot of people who sell mods. Although I have to be honest, I haven't seen that many mods. Here's a Scared Stiff. Now look at this. Look at that artwork right there on this Tron. Now this is a tricked out Tron. Look at the topper. But look at the artwork. Wow. That's the way Tron should look. But back when they did Tron, they didn't have that printing technology to do them the way you see them done today. It kind of is what it is. Here's another game that's from a small company, Merlin's Arcade. It's only $8,900. Kind of get an idea. And then there's a long, long line to get into Barrels of Fun's booth to play the Winchester Mystery House. Right there, Dune. Now I will say this about the Winchester Mystery House game. It looks a little cooler on video than it does in person. It doesn't have the same effect in person. Excuse me. Now here's another game, Alice in Wonderland. Look at that freaking topper. That topper is sick. And here's the game. There's little doubt that this game is beautiful. One of the downsides of it is that, oh, this one has a coin box, so that's good. Look at that. It's absolutely stunning. There's no two ways about that. The game is beautiful. I would say, excuse me, look at this alternate back glass. I like it. The problem is, that's not the Dracula from the movie. Look at that thing. Wow. That's stunning. And here you come to Stern's booth. Kind of goes without saying because there's very little in here that you haven't already seen. Stern is way out there. Excuse me. And there is I guess that's a Pro Edition. The back glass looks so weird now. They should have just done what Jersey Jack did and make a bigger screen centered and put the artwork around it, because now it just looks weird. Not a big fan. I'm not really a big fan of the way they themed this game either. Especially because essentially the majority of the artwork, especially on the LE, is all geared towards Empire Strikes Back. Where this loop is right here, they should have made it a little bit bigger and put Cloud City in the center of it. Like, you know, TIE fighters or X-Wings are flying around it. It should have had like the Yeti cave, blah, 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 blah. But look over here, you got Stern's got Darth Vader, and they've got a Stormtrooper. And their big rollout here this year is obviously Star Wars, because the game just came out. And here's John Wick. All their games are here. Now, another thing that you can do here when you're at like the Pinball Expo is you can meet a lot of designers of games. And I don't understand this, but they sign autographs. I don't know why anybody would want that, but... And then this is the Home Edition that sells at Costco. The Star Wars game. Stern has a lot of Disney titles. When I mean a lot, I mean a lot. Now here you got all their shooter rods. So you can replace it and have a themed shooter rod. So Stern is here actually selling some of their toppers, some of their upgrades to the games. All right, let's go look around over here. Oh, look at this. Artwork, Art Vision. Very nice. Simpsons Pinball Party. This is called Pinball Restoration. All right. Well, there's really not a whole lot more to see here. Now, I can go out in the hallways, and there's some pinballs out there. There's rooms. They do pinball tournaments. That's another thing they do here is pinball tournaments. Here's another guy who does artwork. And I guess he's the guy who did the artwork for Winchester Mystery House. And he's got some cool artwork here for sale. There's a Dirty Harry. But like I was saying, they'll have pinball tournaments, okay? They do all of that. Oh, look at this, another Homebrew, Blues Brothers. Now, this is a theme that I really think needs to be turned into an actual pinball game for sale. Don't know why it's not. Now look at this, pin signs. And you can buy these signs, especially if you have like an arcade. Wouldn't that be cool to buy a lot of those and just put them up all over the place? There you go, the art of pinball. Okay, what else do we got? Okay, we have over here Chicago Gaming. I think their best themed game is this one, Houdini. I really like this one. I really love the artwork. And look at that topper on Hot Wheels. That's crazy, right? Very basic game, but here's a Terminator. And what else do we have here, folks? Not a whole lot. Some people playing skee ball. And like I said, out in the lobby, there's people with, like, there's rooms dedicated to different things. Pinball tournaments going on. There's tours of the factories like Jersey Jack and stuff like that. This is kind of interesting. It's almost like a pinball museum right here. That shows you how everything was done. Look. Look at that. Check that out. You can press these buttons and see how things are done. Old school pinball. Check that out. Is that neat or what? Look at that. Let's see this one. Look at that. Wow. Oh, what does this one do? Look at that. Raise it up and drop it. Nice. It's gonna raise it. Look at that. If you ever wondered how it was done, now you know. So it's gonna show you how a bumper works. Yep. Is that cool or what? Look at that. Now, when I was here the last time, they did not have anything like this set up. So this is really cool. I really like it. Look at that. That's a baseball game. You see the figures will pop up. Wow. There's a horse racing game. This is just so wild. This shows you, like, how many times have you seen this on a game? Look at that. Kind of see ball getting thrown, like in Twilight Zone, for example. Roulette wheel. Very nice. All of this stuff is really, really cool, I have to say. And there's more of them. Very neat. All right. Well, I think, oh, well, there's a couple things we didn't see. There's Mezzle mods over here. Excuse me.
I bet you one of my affiliates.
And you can see like all of their different mods for different games. See, they have them all labeled. Godfather, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, King Kong. There's their King Kong mods. Jaws. They got some cool mods there. There's your Godzilla mods. Foo Fighters. Cactus Canyon.
Out of his way, honey. He's trying to.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's excuse me. Mandalorian. It's very easy to make mods now because of 3D printers. Yeah, so we didn't see this booth, but now we did. Sorry for whipping around so fast. I'm assuming this game is loaded up with mods. There's a mod there. There's a mod there. There's a mod there. And so you can actually pick up the mod while you are here. Okay, so that about does it for the 2025 Pinball Expo. Like I said, you can go on tours, do the different factories. The show goes on for 3 or 4 days right here in Chicago. And all you gotta do is come on down and you can go play pinball all weekend. You can see all the new games. You can pretty much experience anything and everything. Pretty much a lot of the vendors are here. You can buy directly from their booth and take it home with you. So, thanks for watching the video. That's the Pinball Expo. That's everything new in pinball right now. Just to review, the new games are the Winchester Mystery House, Star Wars, Harry Potter technically, even though they came out a little bit ago. Here's some people selling popcorn. We didn't see this booth. Popcorn machines, themed popcorn machines. And so there you have it, folks. Hopefully you liked the video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page. We have more videos coming from here in Chicago, but they will all be Halloween related. And here we go, signing off from the Pinball Expo here in Chicago 2025.